When does defending your people cross the line into domination? When is the line between victim and aggressor quietly erased? Today we're asking a question few seem willing to tackle. Are Netanyahu and Putin walking the same road? And if so, how did we get here? This isn't about denying Israel's right to defend itself. This isn't about excusing Russia's brutal invasion. It's about something deeper, about how power, fear, and survival can slowly turn into something else entirely. Let's start with the facts. On October 7, 2023, Hamas militants launched a horrific attack on Israel. 1,200 people dead, families slaughtered, a music festival turned into a massacre. Israel had every right, every obligation to respond. Meanwhile, over in Europe, Vladimir Putin's invasion of Ukraine in 2022 had no similar spark. No rockets fired into Russia, no mass killings, just an old empire's ambition dressed up in fake cries about Nazi threats and ethnic Russians needing protection. One war started with terrorism. One war started with propaganda. But here's the uncomfortable part. Fast forward a year. Gaza is in ruins. Civilian death tolls are in the tens of thousands. Infrastructure, schools, hospitals, water, systematically destroyed. 70% of Gaza's homes damaged or destroyed. Over 1 million people displaced. And the bombings continue. Netanyahu insists it's about destroying Hamas. But reality shows entire civilian populations under siege, cut off from aid, trapped without a future. Meanwhile, Putin still bombards Ukraine, flattening cities, kidnapping children, destroying cultural identity, and he keeps insisting, "We are protecting Russia." Sound familiar? Both leaders now use the same language. We must eliminate the threat completely. There can be no peace until the enemy is destroyed. It's no longer about specific acts of terror or defense. It's about permanent warfare, about breaking a people's spirit, about shaping territory and identity by force. The world initially stood with Israel after the October 7th massacre, just as it rallied behind Ukraine after Russia's invasion. But something shifted. Humanitarian organizations now warn of famine in Gaza. The International Court of Justice is investigating potential war crimes. Meanwhile, fatigue over Ukraine is growing in Europe and America, even as Russia escalates attacks. In both cases, the world's sympathy is being strained, not because people forgot the original horror, but because they see a cycle that no longer looks like defense. Defense is noble. Survival is necessary. But when defense becomes permanent destruction, when every hospital becomes a target, when every child's future is buried under rubble, what are you defending anymore? When does the victim become the aggressor? And if we can see it in Russia's war on Ukraine, why are we so afraid to ask the same about Israel's war on Gaza? Maybe the answer isn't easy, but asking the question is the beginning of honesty. Like, share, and subscribe to keep up to date.